You haven't truly arrived in Venice until you've been invited through a private watergate in San Marco. Where other districts count tourist attractions, this legendary neighborhood counts noble families who still occupy their ancestral palazzos, some graciously sharing space with luxury hotels. Today, we'll uncover why global elites spend fortunes on properties they rarely visit, why boutiques maintain secret collections never displayed in windows, and how old-world connections still open doors that money alone cannot. Welcome to Venice's most magnificent address, where wealth whispers in perfect Italian. In San Marco, where property values hover around €6,000 per square meter, morning begins well before the tourists arrive. This district, the beating heart of Venice, commands the highest real estate prices in the city, a fact that becomes evident in the meticulously maintained facades and private water gates that line its canals. 70% of high-end buyers here hail from abroad, primarily British, French, and German nobility seeking their slice of Venetian paradise. A sunrise stroll along secluded canals provides the sort of serenity that draws global elite to invest millions in properties most will only visit a few weeks each year. Breakfast at Caffè Florian, developed specifically for wealthy foreigners in the 19th century, still serves as the morning parliament for San Marco's privileged residents. By mid-morning, discreet shopping begins along Calle Larga XXII Marzo, where flagship boutiques of every major fashion house stand ready to close their doors for private client appointments. Fresh ingredients arrive by boat directly to private docks, a service that exemplifies why San Marco's properties command such premium prices. The district's wealth reveals itself in the details: private water taxi services, exclusive museum access, and the kind of connections that can secure a last-minute table at any of the city's finest restaurants. For lunch, residents slip away to hidden osterias, or perhaps cross to the Cipriani on Giudecca, the only hotel in Venice boasting an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a fact that makes its membership among the most coveted in the city. Afternoon might find you accepting an invitation from one of the noble families who still occupy their ancestral palazzos, like the Count and Countess Arrivabene Valenti Gonzaga, who maintain their residence within the Aman Venice hotel. As evening falls, aperitivo becomes a glamorous affair where billionaires and princes mingle casually at hotel bars, discussing which celebrities have recently purchased property in the neighborhood. Sir Elton John's 15th-century palazzo on Giudecca, with its 3 Gothic windows gazing directly at San Marco, exemplifies the caliber of homeowner drawn to Venice's most prestigious postal code. The night might lead to a private box at Teatro La Fenice, or perhaps a masquerade ball at Palazzo Pisani Moretta, where red-carpeted water entrances and private security ensure that Venice's most exclusive events remain exactly that, exclusive. Even at midnight, when water taxis glide silently through back canals carrying guests home from private dinners, San Marco maintains its air of discreet wealth. This is a neighborhood where hidden gardens and private terraces grace homes that rarely appear on the market, where 70% of luxury buyers come from overseas, and where price tags are discussed only in whispers, if at all. But to understand why this small corner of Venice commands such astronomical sums, we need to trace its evolution from the seat of doges to the playground of global billionaires, an evolution that began long before the first tourist ever set foot in Piazza San Marco. Power has always had an address in Venice. During the height of La Serenissima, while other European cities were still figuring out indoor plumbing, San Marco served as the nucleus of an empire that connected east and west. The Doge's palace wasn't merely a residence, it was the epicenter of a maritime superpower, where every decision could alter the price of silk from China or spices from Arabia. Noble families like the Dandolo, Cornaro, and Mocenigo constructed palaces that would make modern luxury developers weep with envy. The nearby Rialto markets transformed Venice into Europe's gateway to the east, as fortunes made in trade found their way into ever more opulent palazzo facades along the Grand Canal. Each mansion became a statement of wealth, each architectural flourish a declaration of status that would influence centuries of design. By the time Napoleon's armies brought the Republic to its knees in 1797, San Marco had already established itself as the most coveted address in the Mediterranean. The 19th century ushered in a different variety of wealth. European aristocrats, following their grand tour traditions, discovered that crumbling palazzos made rather romantic places to spend their fortunes. The legendary Café Florian opened its gilt-mirrored doors specifically to cater to these wealthy foreigners, while the Hotel Danieli transformed a doge's residence into the sort of establishment where princes felt at home. Literary giants from Lord Byron to Marcel Proust graced these establishments, adding cultural cachet to financial capital. The district's magnetism only grew stronger through the 20th century as nobility gave way to new money. American heiresses, Hollywood royalty, and industrial titans all sought their slice of San Marco's mystique. The post-war period saw eccentrics and artists join the mix. Consider Peggy Guggenheim, whose parties could unite European aristocrats with avant-garde painters in ways no other city could manage. Today's San Marco reflects this layered heritage of wealth. Properties that once housed doges now welcome tech billionaires, while palaces that witnessed centuries of maritime trade serve as pristine pied-à-terre for the global elite. Those original noble families haven't entirely disappeared. Some, like the Arrivabene family, still occupy their ancestral homes, albeit with luxury hotels operating in other wings of their palazzos. Modern buyers, 70% of whom come from abroad, aren't just purchasing property. They're buying into a legacy of power and prestige that dates back a millennium. When a British magnate or French industrialist acquires a waterside palazzo today, they're following a tradition of international wealth that San Marco established centuries ago. Yet all this history merely sets the stage for San Marco's current cast of characters, from rock stars to royalty, each adding their own verse to Venice's never-ending poem of power. Calle Larga XXII Marzo stretches through San Marco like a fashion editor's fever dream. This unusually wide street, a rarity in Venice's maze of narrow alleyways, serves as the epicenter of luxury retail, where every significant haute couture house maintains a presence. Louis Vuitton, Prada, Gucci, Chanel, and Dolce & Gabbana compete for attention, their storefronts offering merely a hint of the treasures within. Here, shopping transcends mere transaction. Personal shoppers remember your size, your preferences, and which champagne you prefer while browsing. A simple phone call ensures private access before or after hours, when the boutiques transform into personal showrooms for their most valued clients. Beyond the main thoroughfare, discrete doorways lead to artisanal workshops where centuries-old crafts flourish in hidden courtyards. Master craftsmen still produce handcrafted gold leaf mirrors, while silk specialists create Fortuny lamps using techniques passed down through generations. Word-of-mouth recommendations lead to appointment-only ateliers, where gondola oar makers and custom shoemakers maintain client lists that read like a global who's who. The recently revitalized Fondaco dei Tedeschi, perched at the edge of San Marco by the Rialto Bridge, has emerged as Venice's first true luxury department store. Inside its grand courtyard, personal stylists guide elite clients through carefully curated collections, culminating in champagne toasts on the reservation-only rooftop terrace overlooking the Grand Canal. The true art of shopping in San Marco lies in the relationships. Favorite sales associates become confidants, keeping detailed profiles of their top clients' collections and preferences. During peak seasons, bodyguards discreetly shadow certain shoppers, while managers temporarily lock their doors, ensuring uninterrupted privacy for VIP clients. Many boutiques maintain a selective notification system, alerting their most valued customers when limited edition pieces arrive or rare items become available. Even antique hunting becomes an exclusive affair, with certain shops reserving their finest pieces for collectors who understand that in San Marco the most precious items are never displayed in windows. The shopping experience extends beyond mere retail. Many stores arrange private water taxi services, ensuring purchases are delivered directly to palazzos or hotel suites. For those seeking something truly unique, bespoke velvet carnival costumes can be fitted by old family ateliers who have dressed Venice's elite for generations. Some boutiques keep special collections hidden from public view, available only to those who know to ask for them by name. The district shops understand their clientele so well that they often anticipate needs before they arise. a skill refined over centuries of catering to the world's most discerning customers. Custom orders are handled with the kind of discretion usually reserved for diplomatic missions, while personal shopping appointments can stretch into day-long affairs complete with private lunches. But perhaps the most compelling reason to shop in San Marco isn't found in the boutiques at all. It's in the grand dining rooms where these purchases are first displayed, and where Venice's elite gather to appreciate each other's acquisitions over Michelin-starred meals. Dining in San Marco isn't merely about sustenance, it's a performance where every table becomes a stage. Ristorante Quadri presides over St. Mark's Square like a culinary crown jewel, its Michelin star twinkling as brightly as the basilica's mosaics. Under the Alamo family's stewardship, Quadri transforms each meal into theatre, where orchestras play in the piazza below, while fortunate diners savor Adriatic seafood risotto by candlelight. The Oro restaurant at the Belmond Hotel Cipriani lives up to its golden name, serving 7-course tasting menus to billionaires and celebrities beneath the stars. From its terrace, one watches the lights of San Marco shimmer across the lagoon, a view that pairs particularly well with vintage champagne. Glam, Venice's only 2 Michelin-starred establishment, draws San Marco's residents across the Grand Canal by private water taxi for chef Enrico Bartolini's culinary artistry. Da Ivo, tucked away near Palazzo Grimani, has achieved legendary status among celebrities. George Clooney's preferred table remains one of the city's most coveted reservations. This intimate trattoria serves as a private club disguised as a restaurant where the food is authentic and the clientele even more so. Harry's Bar, a stone's throw from St. Mark's Square, has been serving perfectly mixed martinis since 1931. Its upstairs dining room still offers carpaccio, their invention, to an upper-crust crowd that treats the national landmark like their private clubhouse. Each establishment maintains its own particular magic. Quadri's chandeliers glitter above, while live music drifts up from the square, and the Cipriani's waiters navigate between tables as smoothly as gondolas through canals. Many restaurants provide private dining rooms for discreet gatherings, while others offer exclusive chef's tables where menus are crafted on whim and wine flows from bottles without prices. Water taxi arrivals directly to restaurant docks have become de rigueur, the ultimate entrance for those who prefer to bypass the tourist crowds entirely. In these sanctuaries of gastronomy, tables are held for known clients even during the busiest seasons, and chefs personally tailor menus for their most valued guests. The truly connected might find themselves invited to dinner in noble palazzos, where centuries-old recipes are prepared in kitchens that predate America's discovery. Each meal becomes a carefully choreographed ballet of service, where waiters appear precisely when needed, and vintage wines are decanted with religious reverence. Coffee and digestifs are often taken at Café Florian, where 3 centuries of history steep into every cup. Looking across San Marco's glittering evening landscape from any of these elevated perches, one understands why this neighborhood commands such devotion from the global elite. Speaking of elevation, let's explore how San Marco stands apart from Venice's other distinguished districts. In a city where every sestiere claims its share of palazzos and prestige, San Marco reigns supreme. Property values tell the clearest story. At €6,000 per square meter, San Marco Rialto commands the highest prices in Venice, making other districts seem almost reasonable by comparison. The neighboring Cannaregio district maintains its authentic Venetian charm, yet lacks the international cachet that draws 70% of high-end buyers to San Marco's shores. San Polo might have the bustling Rialto markets, but San Marco has transformed shopping into an art form along Calle Larga XXII Marzo. Even the illustrious Grand Canal seems to save its finest facades for the stretch that borders San Marco, where water gates still welcome private boats as they did in the days of doges. While other districts house their share of luxury hotels, only San Marco can claim establishments like the Gritti Palace and the soon-to-be Four Seasons Hotel Daniele, where celebrities feel more at home than in their own mansions. The district's proximity to St. Mark's Square might attract tourists by day, but this same location has drawn the world's elite for centuries, from Lord Byron to George Clooney. Where Castello offers glimpses of local life and Santa Croce maintains its distance from the crowds, San Marco has mastered the art of existing in two worlds simultaneously. Behind its public facades lie secret gardens and private courtyards unknown to guidebooks, where centuries-old noble families still reside alongside modern magnates. Other neighborhoods may offer palazzos for sale, but only San Marco provides the keys to a social world that money alone cannot access. The district's ability to maintain its exclusivity while sitting at Venice's very heart speaks to its unique position in the city's hierarchy. Here, even the water appears more rarefied, carrying private water taxis rather than ordinary vaporetti. When Venetian aristocrats host their intimate salons or when visiting princes seek discreet accommodations, they inevitably gravitate to San Marco's embracing arms. In a city built on water and sustained by beauty, San Marco stands as the culmination of everything Venice represents: artistry, wealth, power, and the sophisticated joy of living well. For while Venice has many magnificent quarters, only San Marco transforms mere luxury into an art form that has endured for centuries. And now, I'd love to see you in the comments below. Have you visited Venice, Italy before, or would you like to? I can't wait to hear your personal experiences and travels, so don't be shy and leave us your thoughts below. With that said, thanks for joining us for another episode of Sir Luxury Travel, and ta-ta until the next one.